Hello, America, and to our friends around the world, greetings. Tonight, we're diving into something that's not just disturbing, but indicative of a much larger societal decay. We're talking about the perils of unchecked power, especially when it's wielded by those you'd least expect. I'm referring specifically to women in positions of authority, where the lack of oversight can lead to some of the most heinous acts imaginable. First up, we have this story from Barbers Hill High School near Houston, Texas, where the Daily Mail lies by using the George Carlin soft language of using the word intercourse. No, Daily Mail, it's rape, okay? A high school teacher named Molly Colleen Spears was arrested for raping a student. Let's not mince words here. This is not just betrayal of trust, but a clear demonstration of what happens when you place someone in authority without necessary checks and balances. Cough, cough. you know, hire a private investigator, do a thorough background check. She was an arts and language teacher at Barbers Hill School. Allegedly, she's used her position to engage in raping the student. It's not a one time case. It's a pattern where those in power, particularly women, whom society's underestimated, given trust blindly, they exploit their positions. Then there's this case from Lakewood, Colorado, where Brady or Exploration Schools teacher Imagine, yeah, that's her name. Her first name is Imagine. Imagine K. Ewer. And again, the New York Post, can't seem to spell rape, R-A-P-E. Imagine K. Ewer raped a special needs student. But wait, it didn't stop there. She actually asked this student to bring a gun to school to shoot one of her colleagues. Think about that. Manipulation on a grand scale, the abuse of power, the sheer insanity of using, you know, special needs, the definition of vulnerable, individual to commit violence on your behalf because you felt wronged, felt threatened. Here we have the fine quality that is Brady Exploration School's dedication to their students, introducing a vile woman. Imagine Kay Ewer, is this, they introduced her, to this boy whom she not only raped, but she conned him out of money, apparently to buy drugs that she in turn then got him hooked on. So Brady Exploration School in Lakewood, Colorado, isn't the only clown car. They're an irresponsible outfit. This article includes that this alleged rapist has worked at other schools without identifying any by name. So if you live in Colorado, you might want to double check to find out if Imagine K. Ewer, that's E as in echo, W as in whiskey, E as in echo, R as in rape, worked at your child's school, and maybe file a suit. And it's not just about sexual misconduct, it's about apathy. Apathy of the school, of the legal system, the media. They're all complicit to obscure the fact that this, alleged woman wielded the manipulation of power dynamics where those with authority can lead the innocent astray, using them as pawns in their sordid games. And this brings us to our final story. This one, another fine example of the complicit so called news media bearing critical information. Wait for it. You'll notice it when I get to it. In New York, we have another teacher, Heidi Velasco Munoz of the Queen's Happy Dragon Children Learning Center in Corona. It certainly isn't happy anymore. This this one demands deeper investigation because the other two cases, involve teenage, victims whom can express what's going on. This one, it's a daycare for autistic toddlers. They not only, she not only bruised a child, but put hand sanitizer in his mouth. In his mouth. The school, what did they do? They tried covering it up. But the parents, knowing something was up, took legal action. And now the truth's coming out. The New York Post, though, they can't figure it out. Typical feminist fashion, they bury the most important part. Not only is he autistic, but he's not able to communicate. He's nonverbal. That means he can't speak. The school, they deliberately lied to cover up what happened, and they thought they could get away with it because the boy, in addition to being autistic, 3 years old, couldn't speak. This is beyond neglect. This is active harm, and it's facilitated by a system where those in charge aren't watched closely enough. And not to downplay it, New York Post is complicit in trying to cover it up. The school is definitely complicit, but those who did the arrests and investigations and prosecutions haven't gone hard enough and far enough. So let's get something straight. This isn't about demonizing women in power. No, 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 no. Because I'm optimistic that Pam Bondi will actually do something. I mean, she's already put out arrest warrants for Kathy Hochul or indictments or whatever, and Letitia James. But those are only two high-profile examples of accountability. There needs to be more accountability held. Women get away with this stuff way too often. These cases illustrate a dangerous trend where society, their expectation of women is to be nurturers. That they're more ethical, and that blinds us to reality. And that is, you know, those Grimms, the brothers Grimm, writing about, warning us of the dangers of women in power, of mothers, abusive mothers. They didn't just write it because it was going to, help their sales. They wrote about it as an allegory of to be cautious of the dangers of trusting women. That women, unchecked, will destroy and murder children. Whether it's in schools, daycare, any position of trust, there needs to be rigorous supervision, background checks, an environment where whistleblowing is not just safe, but rewarded. Society has got to wake up. Our boys are being victimized repeatedly, daily. Rollo Tomasi has a number count uh, documenting the numbers of teachers, you know, and he's already up to 8, and this is just the middle of February. You know, so anyway, keep your eyes open. If you've got children and it's majority women, you hire a private investigator. Find out who their teachers are and those that are around them. It may seem expensive, but in reality, let's get real. $500 to do a solid background check of those that are, potentially victimizing your children is far worth the long-term consequences. Good luck and stay vigilant.